How's it going? Thank you for checking out our channel. This is Chris at Foundry Engraving. I'm a new laser engraving business out of Beulah, Florida, which is pretty much Pensacola, but it's right there on the Alabama border. So for the most part, I'm specialized in metal, specifically firearms, but I'm also doing other engraving like tumblers, ornaments, coasters, things like that. I started off 3 months ago with a K40 Plus from OMTech, as well as a MOPA 30-watt compact. And I've already realized that my K40 is a little bit too small. So because of that, I am upgrading to a 20x28 Maker manual focus 90 watt. So this was the next, I say, package up from well, two packages up, because you have the K40, you have the Polar, you have the Maker, then you go to the Pronto, and then you go up to the Pro. So this is the next step up. So this was a good investment for me as a small business, since I couldn't really jump all the way to a Pronto or a Pro. So this Maker is going to help me, especially with tumblers, and that is the main thing that this will be used for. Is all the tumbler requests I've been getting. So what this video is going to do, I'm going to work through unboxing, and then set up, and I'll speed it up and slow it down here and there, so that way I can get into the details of it. But for now, we get the fun part of undoing all 200 screws from the looks. So just make sure you got your nice power drill and have some fun. Make sure you got a razor blade for the tape. And this is my first time unboxing something like this. For the most part, all my other machines have arrived in, cardboard boxes, things like that. The MOPA and the K40. So this is the first thing that's arrived in the crate so far. Alright, and it looks like the rest of the bolts are hex on this, so switching out my bits. Probably not the best view back there, but gotta get to the fun stuff. Alright, so notice, the unbox outside the arrows, this is not on. It's going to take the unbox. It should unbox it. And they use instructions. So they're going to watch like 18 other unboxing videos and all that I have. Let's unscrew it, so that was fun. Alright. I know this is a 90 watt, so your 2 will get out a little further. Then you got this 60 watt. Heavy toys like I told her, so I should have her. And my toys in the shop. So. Get her in the feet as well. Make sure you pull this out so you can move the machine. Get inside. Can I use this? And honestly, I did a driver, expert bolts. Insert yourself. That will help you. That's fun. Get it all out. So on this one, they bolted the feet to the floor, but they also put these blocks below the feet to keep the wheels moving down for it going right. So just take note of that. I'm right now to raise the feet up to make sure the wheels can go around. And I did have one bolt right here, bounce off the side, because if I do something, I'll get later. Well, that blooper will stay on the video. I'll be honest, I was so excited to get this and open it. The rain kind of dampened my mood with it, so I didn't know how well it would work staying in the garage, since I knew I'd probably have to open up the garage to get it out, so just kind of going with it. So these are the 2 blocks, one was under each side. I got most of the wheels on the ground. Just have to get the front legs up to get it off. Okay, so we got all the feet up, everything unconnected. So the fun part is going to be driving this down off the mat. So you got to be careful. You want to lay it off gently. I mean, you do have a glass tube in here. And one thing to note, make sure on this side, the front side, you get your feet up enough so that way it can clear the downward angle, which I did not. So you just learned something from another fun mistake. Make sure the front feet are screwed up all the way, or else it's going to get caught at the angle coming down. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and raise up these other feet some too, just to play it safe. So note, when you raise the feet up, go all the way with them. All right, time to go. Much better coming off. Gently coming down. Gently. Okay. So, another note. This did get caught on the front feet as well. So that's good to note. So I'm going to have to pick this up a little bit to get it out. And get it down. All right. And we are about to come off on the front side. So very gently off. And there we go. All right. So now I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. So that way I got more room to work and have some fun. Okay, now I got that out of the way, I can move this. So just to kind of give a heads up, I'll have a video probably later this week on a riser for this. As you can tell, this is pretty low to the ground. I'm not like super tall, 5'11", but I don't want to have to bend over and hunch over every time I use this. So I got wood, and I'm just waiting for, I got some nice wheels coming that you can use to level. So the wheels come up and a piece comes out, so that way you can adjust level. So that way not only can I level the machine, but I can level the base and the riser. So what that gives me the ability to do is just kind of get from the table level, sturdy, and then fine tune the machine to make sure the machine's completely level, since you want the gantry inside to be completely level. So that will be a video probably Tuesday. I still got this one bolt that came off that I need to figure out where it goes. Okay, so it looks like I have everything, so I'll figure out where that bolt goes later, but it looks like everything else seems to be good to go. Now it's the fun part, plastic wrap. Another video I'll be doing this week will be, or not this week, but coming up, we'll be upgrading the air intake. I have purchased the high-low module. I have it over here. I'm just waiting for my compressor. Was on back order, so I'm just waiting for that to come. I got the 26-gallon Cobalt. So once I get that, I'll be able to kind of install all this. All right, so I got a nice magnet with the assembly shipper sheet, QA sheet. So hopefully I should have everything. So it looks like the test at laser power to the 27. Everything else seems check. Everything looks good. So, and this was back in August 28th, 2025, and this is January 2026. All right. Okay. Some accessories right here. All right. Let's see what we got. So I think this is our nice little toolkit. Oh, this is the accessory kit. Yep. So we got some Allen keys. That will come in handy. Ethernet cable. We got our directions, our power cord, sealant, power, all the fun stuff. USB cable, the USB drive, directions. Directions are always good. User manual. So, and then in this other container, we got your exhaust fan, your exhaust tubes. We got the aquarium pump, which I'm using a cooler, not the aquarium pump. So that will get put to the side. I'm in Florida, so I don't really mess with the aquarium pump because it just turns into a heated pool at this point, and during the summers. All right, we got the tubing, as well as we got the keys to the city right here, which is awesome. So we got all the keys that we need to open this to help get the rest of this off. So let's do this. All right. So put this off this side. I'm gonna go ahead and open up this other box to see what we got in here. And now I'm off camera, so apologize for that. All right. This is the exhaust fan for this. So I run an exhaust fan on my K40. I am a note. You always want to have it closest to the exit because it pulls. It doesn't push as much as it pulls. So it'll be the same thing with this. No matter where I have this in the shop, that part will be closest to where I'm trying to get the fumes out at. So this other box has your I'm gonna use the keys to go back here. I'm gonna turn this around a little bit so I can get easier access. Look what I got back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up where my tube is. And look at it. Everything looks good. So I do have a couple pieces of styrofoam in here, but everything else looks good. I don't see any issues with the tube, which is good. Don't see any cracks, so that's awesome. And just note, I know you'll see it in some of your mirrors have little bags covering them, which is awesome. This way, it helps protect them during shipping, but you just have to make sure you take it off before you start using the machine. So while I'm back here with this open, I'm gonna carefully take that off. So you'll have these bags over all of them. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this unlocked for now as I go through and double check everything else. So one thing though, when you do get this for the first time and you start looking through it, I'm opening up everything and double checking everything. So that way, if I see any damage or anything like that, I can, you know, ask questions, things like that. But hopefully, everything looks good and no issues. And the stock air pump's back here, but as I said, I'll be added on the aftermarket high-low, so that way I can use low during fill, high during cut. Hopefully get a little bit cleaner, better cuts with the high-low module and with a compressor. Let me point this down a little bit more. Open this up. So these sides, this front and back are all pass-throughs, which are awesome. So if you do have to put some bigger in here, you can. I'm having to slide back here so I can get something to cut some zip ties. They did zip tie the honeycomb mat in, which is good. Keep it from moving during shipping. There we go. So another thing you're going to need is something to cut zip ties. those cut super easy with the right tools. And you just got the normal, as on the machine, saran wrap. I'll go and pull this out to get all the saran wrap off. And then I'm also going to cut in the back this string out, the ribbon. Alright, oh, that's pretty easy. Once you kind of loop through. So you just don't stand on it because it makes it harder to pull. So, and there you go. That is your machine unboxed. Thank you very much for joining my video on the unboxing of this 2080 manual focus 90 watt. I'll have another video up shortly after this showing how to hook up the chiller and the next steps. So thank you.